Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I am excited about today. As promised, we are going to do the video or the juice today for antioxidants. I'm learning so much, you guys, and I'm excited because I want you all to learn along with me. It is important to me that I take care of my body, and I believe that it's important to you that you take care of yours. So I'm just adjusting the camera there. That's why I came off the camera. But I wanted y'all to know that this is a day the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. We have a lot to cover on today. I'm excited because we get a chance to learn about the antioxidants. The fruit that we're going to juice today is 100% antioxidant juice. Let me put a warning there for you before I even start juicing and telling you the benefits of what an antioxidant rich diet or antioxidant rich juice will do for you. Like I told y'all on, I believe it was Monday or yesterday, I made this juice. I videoed making this juice, but of course I didn't have my microphone on. I see the green light, so that's telling me you can go. But when I made this juice, I had sometimes, on occasion, depends on what I eat, suffer with constipation. Let me tell you what this antioxidant rich juice with the blackberries, blueberries, pomegranate, and black grapes will do for your intestines. It goes in like a um, laxative for my system. And I'm hoping for those of you, forgive me for that, I'm hoping that those of you who suffer with constipation, that this will be really, really good for you. What I want to do today, though, because I am going to have at some point the little children on the show that I told you about, I am going to make, I already have my containers ready. I'm going to make popsicles with some of the juice and freeze it, and so I've already prepped for a lot of things. The only thing that I don't have is a whole pomegranate to show you what it looks like when you have gone to the store, or for those of you who haven't had a chance to get your fruits and vegetables for you to make your juice with. So I'm just I had cut up that pomegranate. I have some pomegranate juice on the counter, and it's sticky because I did prep today, guys. And again, this is not scripted, so I love it that way. So here we go. Y'all know something that I just noticed on my camera? When we are on, um, there is, like on most programs that are recorded, and you're using microphones and things, there is a light that comes on that says you're on. Guess what? I just saw that light on my tablet. So I'm excited about that. So I know it's like tilt, tilt, tilt. Didn't you know that? But I see the light and it's saying you're on, we're ready to go, and your guest can hear you. So I like that. Your guest in my kitchen today as we prepare this juice. Now, I'm going to rinse this off like Lady Wanda told me. I'm going to wash this off really good so that none of the germs, I'm just rinsing it off and rubbing it with my hands over here. I had a good time yesterday. When I got off work, I went on to the store and got my ingredients. But this is for those of you who've never seen a pomegranate. A lot of children have never seen them. I guess I talk about my family a lot because that's the influence of my life. But one of the things that my mom did, she always exposed us to food and all types of food. So this is what a pomegranate looks like. And believe it or not, these are grown in Virginia. As a matter of fact, in Newport News in the Hilton area, they are grown there. So let's get ready because we want to move forward. Please go to the description box. Know that I have the juicer where you can order your juicer there. And I want to say this, that there are many other types of juicers out there. This is not the only one. This is just the one that I enjoy because I don't have to take a lot of time cutting up apples and carrots and things of that nature. I can just put it in the large chute and keep it moving, because a lot of us don't have a lot of time to prep for making something. And I may suggest to you, if you don't have all of your ingredients today, cut your pomegranate up, slice it, and I'll show y'all what it looks like when it's opened. But slice it, just cut it in half, put it in a plastic bag, and sit it in the refrigerator overnight before you try to take all of the seeds out. For some reason, doing that helps the seeds to come out better. These little seeds, so I'm going to show you what we're juicing today. Here are your blackberries. They are black. They are very dark. They're really a deep purple, or anyway, I was going to tell y'all the color. The pomegranates, your blueberries, nice. All of it, all of it is dark. And that's where the antioxidant, you can recognize foods and vegetables, or fruits and vegetables, that are high in antioxidants. And then I have the black grapes. I did red grapes the first time, and they were really good, but I decided I'll just eat those like I told y'all at night. So here we are. Remember, there are several things that we need to remember, so that as we're choosing foods, because juicing is just a part of your day. I don't know what it is that you eat during the day, but I hope that you incorporate protein, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins that you get from your fruits and vegetables that we juice. You get your minerals from this. And last but not least, you absolutely need your water, right? Remember that. So if you include all of those things in your diet as you are shopping and getting ready to have your foods, I can't tell you what you cannot eat. I can only tell you, when you start juicing, it's changing your taste buds. That's what I would love for us to do. Just change our taste buds from wanting the refined sugar to wanting the sugar that comes naturally in fruits and vegetables. Okay? That's the first thing. Then we talked about circulation, because circulation, all of us need circulation. And so, or all of us need that blood to circulate in the body easily and freely. How about that? And so we talked about cayenne pepper helps with circulation. Beets help with circulation. Fatty fish helps with circulation. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, trout, herring, and halibut. Pomegranates, and we're going to have pomegranates in our juice today. Then the next one, because I'm not going over the entire list, the next one would be garlic. Garlic helps with circulation. And I'm learning as you're learning, and I say that all the time. I am learning how to take care of my body, because our body is the temple. I know that I had something this morning that I was going to share with us. I have my little buddy here. Little buddy meaning my chart. That's what I'm calling my little buddy of the body, so that we can remember the part that we're really after, the part that we're loving the most, is what most people can't see, our internal workings of the human body. But there's a scripture that came to my mind this morning when I was in prayer, is my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It says you rejected it, meaning we have rejected knowledge. And I remember, at some point when I was in school, we did have health class, and these were the things that they talked about in health class. For myself, because I was not a good student, I didn't think certain things were important. So in my mind, I didn't have to pay attention. Well, I had to pay a price for not paying attention. And we all do at some point when we ignore things. But God says in his word in Hosea, I believe that's where it is. He says, my people are destroyed. I think it's Hosea 6. But he says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. I'm going to go off the camera for a minute, and I'm going to see if I can find that. It's Hosea 4:6. And it says, my people, and this is the, I don't even know what version it is, and y'all forgive me for that too. But it says, my people will be, or are being destroyed, because they have no or they lack knowledge. They have no knowledge or they lack knowledge. You have refused to learn. You have rejected knowledge or failed to acknowledge me. So when we acknowledge God first, he says, acknowledge me in all your ways, I will direct your path. That's what I had to do when I was diagnosed with cancer. First of all, he said, come and sit with me. First, I had to acknowledge that who he was. He is God. He is the creator of heaven and earth. He is the creator of all things. He was the one that created this body. He knows how it functions. He knows what will cause it to work best. He left all of those ingredients in the earth for us to eat, for us to enjoy. Some of them we don't enjoy because they may be bitter to our taste buds initially. But in changing our taste buds, which is what juicing will do, is bringing our taste buds back to its original state. So we don't want to lack the knowledge. So we're gaining knowledge. I'm not full of all the knowledge that we need. I just know that I have the knowledge of what it took for me to be a cancer beater by the power of God. But I had to sit with him. I had to acknowledge him in this way. In what way was that? In health, nutrition. I had to acknowledge that he knew something about the body that I didn't know. So I had to sit with him. I did not reject him or the knowledge at that time. I didn't even know in health class when I was in elementary school and high school when the teachers, because that was a part of your PE class. You got health and PE because those two things went together. I didn't connect the two. So now I'm connecting it all and I'm grateful and I want us all to connect it as well. This is another thing that God gave me for us today. And I'm going to read it to us. And I hope that you all, I'm going to bring it to the camera so you all can say it with me. And I think this is helping us to affirm and acknowledge who we are in God and what it is that he's doing in our lives, because I want us to feel better. A lot of us are not as mature as others in the things of God. So I'm going to start there and I'm going to read it to us. It says, I am the temple of God. Can y'all see that? I think my hand is blocking. There we are. I am the temple of God. I will care for his temple. I will read his word every day. I am being transformed every day. My sins have been forgiven. God works through my entire being as I yield to him. I give him the right of way in my life. I give him total access. I need to come over because y'all can't see it. I know I'll go out. There we are. I give him total access in my life. I will search the scriptures to become more like him. He says, I am righteous, so therefore I am righteous. He says, I am sanctified by his blood, therefore I am sanctified. And because of this, I have the fullness of the Holy Spirit living inside of me. That's why I care for my body. I thought that was beautiful because I didn't make that up. He gave it to me to read to us, for us to affirm who we are. When we spend time with him, that's what we do initially. We are affirming what he says about him. So if he says I'm righteous, that means that he set me apart for him. If I'm sanctified, that means he's made me holy because of what he did on the cross. That is who we are. And when we acknowledge that, then he says, okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of knowledge concerning this, whatever this may be, whatever it is that you're lacking, that's keeping you from moving forward, that's keeping you in a stagnant place, keeping you in a rut, as some people would call it. Whatever that is, you can come and sit at his right hand while he makes that particular enemy your footstool. And then he says, I'm going to send the rod of strength out of Zion, out of heaven, out of the holy place where he dwells. And he says, and then you can rule in the midst of your enemies. You can rule over sickness. You can rule over disease. You can rule over debt. You can rule over insomnia. You can rule over mental illness. You can rule over anger. You can rule over loneliness. You can rule over being single. You can rule over bad marriages, or you can rule and make everything better. You can rule in business. You can rule in society, meaning you're not going to usurp authority over anybody, but you are going to learn to take authority over the things that are fighting you, that are causing you not to have victory. Because from my understanding, Darlene Bishop said it this way: believe. Because Emmanuel lives, I expect victory every time. Where is Emmanuel living? Not out here, but in our hearts, in our spirit. And then when we renew our minds, then he comes and he shifts how we think about everything. And that's what we're doing. There was a shift in my life, and that shift came and it helped me to live a better quality of life, but it helped me to beat cancer. For that, you all, I I am grateful because I get to spend time with my family. I get to be with them a little bit longer. When my husband and I were looking for ways to um, get healing without chemo, without radiation, I did not allow that chemical to go into my body. I was being pushed to do it, but we both agreed no. But when we began to do research and search out, because God said, come and sit with me. And so we began to research as we were sitting with him. He began to direct and he said, it's just your diet. Focus on that. Focus on your diet and focus on walking. When you walk, we're going to talk together. When you walk, we're going to talk together. And that's what happened. And so that's why I'm still here. It'll be 5 years this year. And I am still here sharing this information, this knowledge. It's a wealth of knowledge. And I'm still learning what the nutrients are in the food and what it did to my cells and what it's going to do to your cells. So I'm going to take my glasses off. We're going to get ready. And I've told you, okay, so if you haven't gotten your fruits for this antioxidant, very rich drink, and let me say this too, do not drink the entire jar. You will just sit on the toilet all day. You won't be able to move if you drink all of your juice. I suggest that you just drink. I have mine in the freezer. I'll get it out, guys. Look at this. The mason jars, and I'm hoping that, yep. Okay, guys, look. So I put the one that I made the other day, I put it in the mason jar and I put it in the freezer, but I put it in a plastic bag because I wasn't sure that the mason jars could freeze, right? So if it did burst in my freezer, then I wouldn't have a big mess. It would have been in a plastic bag. It stayed frozen. So that's one thing that you can do. You can freeze your juice and then you can take it out and then you'll have it for yourself or put it in smaller mason jars. And then you can have that once a week. That'll be your antioxidant drink for you weekly, right? Because there are small, I think they're like 3-ounce mason jars. So once a week for your antioxidant cell rejuvenator, you can actually put that in the freezer. And I'm glad, thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm glad I remembered that because I really wanted y'all to get this information earlier this week, but you're getting it today. So now, the health benefits of blueberries. Let me show you. Blueberries are a very small fruit. And because I am fasting, I can juice and I can drink the juice from the fruit, but I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to use my teeth to chew and use my digestive system and the digestive juices in my mouth to absorb this and do all of that. I'm not going to violate the fast. That's something that I can't do. One of the things God did do for me in this fast, he shortened the time of it. I am on the fast with Alf Lukau's ministry, AMI, out of Johannesburg, South Africa, but I'm modifying the fast because of certain things that's going on in my life. There's nothing bad, but I know that I need my physical strength to do particular things. And so God blessed me. He said, you can do the entire number of days, but I want you to modify it. So that's the blueberry. Can y'all see that? It's just a little fruit. So the benefits of blueberries. Blueberries contain vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Again, this is an antioxidant drink. Antioxidants provide notable health benefits. For example, blueberries are rich in vitamin K, which plays a role in promoting heart health. The vitamin is also important to bone health and blood clotting. Now look at that. We talked about calcium deficiency yesterday. Bones, teeth, all of these parts of the body need the nutrients that are in blueberries. We're learning together, y'all. We're learning together. This antioxidant rich drink that you're going to do once a week or twice a week, however often. But I tell you, when you drink a small glass of it, you're going to find that it is very, very potent. Very potent. I'm not going to use that glass today. It's just a small glass, smaller than this one right here. That's a little coffee cup. But smaller than this. That's 8 ounces, as a matter of fact, guys. So smaller, I guess you would drink 4 ounces. Sip on it, however you want to do it. But I'm telling you, it's very potent. It's very potent. So I don't know if you drink it early in the morning. I know when I did this, I did it in the evenings when I made that first juice. And so it was good that I was home because I didn't know that it would go through my system and cleanse me out immediately. And it set the pace now that I've done that for all every day now. I don't have the backup in my intestines like I once did. Let's move on with the benefits of blueberries. Blueberries lower cholesterol. High cholesterol is dangerous for your heart because it can build up in your arteries. The cholesterol that builds up eventually gets oxidized, and this damages your body if it happens in large amounts. Antioxidants in blueberries help prevent cholesterol in your blood from being oxidized and may even help keep cholesterol from building up in the first place. Now, I had to look that up because, because I don't have heart problems, I didn't know what oxidative stress was. I'm not, maybe some of you know all of this, but I don't. And so, for those of us who don't know these terms, I want to help us to understand what I just read. It says, um, antioxidants in blueberries help prevent cholesterol in your blood from being oxidized. That means oxidative stress. The red blood cell oxidative stress. This is what oxidative stress is. The functional role of red blood cells when you're having oxidative stress, this is what your body is not able to do. So now, this is what blueberries will cause your body to do. Red blood cells is the transport of oxygen from the lungs to the tissues, providing all cells with the required oxygen. Who knew? Right? The Spirit of God is so wonderful that He wants us to learn the why. Why do we need to take care of this temple right here? Why? Why do we need to take care of this person? Not this person, but this person. Because when we take care of this person, then we're taking care of this person. You're taking care of yourself. But I'm going to go over here to the heart, right here. See that large organ right there? That's our heart. And I want us to know that and it's huge. I mean, well, it's huge according to the chart, but it's pretty big. I don't have the diameter of it, but all of this right here, these vessels, these veins, these arteries that are coming from there, they can actually get clogged from improper diet. So now, this antioxidant juice is going to help us to clean out. We're actually um, we're actually cleaning out. We're scouring. We're scrubbing those arteries that have been clogged for years. So please understand, when this juice begins to flush out your intestines, the large and small intestines, when it goes in and starts flushing out, please know that it's preparing your liver to go in and begin to scrub away. What we're doing is we're washing now with the antioxidant juices. We're going to begin to scrub the insides of our cells and our tissues and our veins and our arteries so that now everything can begin to flow a little bit smoother. And I hope that y'all heard what I said because I did have my shirt across the microphone. But what we're doing is we are cleansing. We're doing a super cleanse. We're detoxing. We're taking away those things that are causing a lot of people to have problems in their body, which is called oxidative stress. I'm going to tell y'all that one more time. The functional role of red blood cells is the transport of oxygen from the lungs to the tissues, providing all cells with the required oxygen. In circulation, red blood cells are continuously exposed to both sources of reactive oxygen species that can damage the red blood cells and impair its function. So now, the antioxidants that we're going to put in our body are going to help us to restore what we lost because of diet. Poor diet means that you just didn't give yourself the nutrients that it needed. That's all. That's all. We just ate a lot of things that filled us up, made us feel good, and then the result of that was a lot of weight, but we didn't know what it was doing to our lungs, our cells, and so now we're learning. Moving on, the antioxidants in blueberries also manage high blood pressure. Eating blueberries regularly can help reduce high blood pressure in people with metabolic syndrome and protect cardiovascular health. The current hypothesis is that blueberries help the body produce more nitric oxide, which reduces blood pressure, which is what we just read about. The blueberries is helping those red blood cells to do what they need to do, and it's opening up the vessels so that the blood can flow freely through the body and you won't get all of those clogged arteries. Blueberries also control diabetes. Blueberries can help people with diabetes better manage their blood sugar levels. Studies have shown that eating blueberries regularly or drinking your blueberries can improve insulin sensitivity in people with type 2 diabetes. Blueberries can also help reduce fasting blood sugar levels by nearly a third in people with type 2 diabetes, helping them to manage their blood sugar levels more effectively. And like I said on yesterday, if you carry they have those insulated coolers with the ice pack. A friend of mine brought me something, and she had that in the cooler and the ice pack. It was a cute little cooler too. Hint, hint, Jews, I like that cooler. But in that, you could keep you put that little ice pack in the freezer, and as you go to work, you can put your blueberries in a small container, keep it on ice, and that way you can pop fresh blueberries, eat, snack on that while you're sitting at your desk or while you're traveling in your car, because I know I'm one for a road trip. If I think stress for me comes and it's relieved through just driving. Can you believe it? Just because it takes my mind off of everything, because I have to focus on the road and make sure that I'm safe and the people that are traveling with me are safe as well. So for those of you who are, whatever you're doing, going out about in your day, make sure you take your cooler and your snacks with you, because you don't know how long you're going to be out. So why not prepare yourself for the day? It's the same with your time with God. What else? That's all that I have on blueberries. We're moving right along here. The blackberries. These. Aha. The blackberries. And they have, to me, it's a cluster of, I'm going to come a little bit closer, guys. But it's a cluster of, to me, like a whole bunch of little berries that have stuck together, like atoms, for those of you who are scientific. But that's the blueberry, and that is also full of benefits. So the antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals found in blackberries, I'm sorry, that's the blackberry, deliver a variety of health benefits. Antioxidants, such as anthocyanins, hold many anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. They may also combat diabetes and certain kinds of cancers. Here we are. So you have two power-packed already fruits that are going in this antioxidant juice. Why did I choose antioxidant juice? I believe that it was the Lord that said it's time for the people now to get a high quality juice in their system, because this year we're starting out, it's already January, we're starting out fighting the oxidative stress. We're fighting cancer. We're fighting all degenerative diseases, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, diverticulitis, irritable bowel syndrome. All of those things are a byproduct of poor diet. Yeah, Yeah. Blackberries improve indigestion, an excellent source of fiber. Fiber plays an important role in the digestive process. I told y'all in the digestive process by increasing the bulk of stews to make them easier to pass. And I'm not, some of you may be eating right now. I don't know. So I don't want to be, I don't want to give too many details about what it did in my system. But I will say it was like uh, just eating something and it said, oh, here we are. It was like a scrubbing bubbles. That's what it felt like. And it was not painful for those of you who are concerned. Is my stomach going to hurt? And I will say to you that it will cause you to be regular. It will cause you to be regular. It will cause your body to pass all of that stuff out. And I'm going to tell you something that I have noticed as well. Remember, I told you between the hours of 10 and 2, your bodies are assimilating and sending out all of the nutrients to the areas that they need, where they're lacking, where they're deficient. And those nutrients are now able to go in and put them in the proper place. Well, I found out around 2 o'clock, since I drank this juice on Sunday, 2 o'clock, I'm up and I'm going to the bathroom. Now, for some of you, you may say, but that's going to break my sleep. There are a lot of changes that are going to take place in your life in this season for the better, for the betterment of you. So I'm just asking, guys, that I ask the Lord to help me with my tone, because I can seem a little bit forceful, but I am wanting you all to know that I love you, I care about you, and I want you to love yourself. Give yourself a hug right now. Love yourself. Care for yourself. We're running around making sure everybody else is okay, but we're not loving ourselves. And then we feed ourselves junk after we've made sure everybody else is okay. And make sure you give your grandchildren and your children these juices too. Now, this one is a big one for me. Reduce risk of obesity. Blackberries. Make sure you put plenty of blackberries. Now, one of the things that you can do, because blackberries is a seasonal fruit in some places, so take some blackberries, get a bunch of them now and put them in the freezer for you, so you can have them when they're not available in the grocery stores. And I know foods are, the price of food is going up, but the price of sickness and disease is going up as well. So I would rather invest my monies in the fruits and vegetables and eating clean, eating properly, than invest my money in going to the pharmacy. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Selah. Pause and think about that. Research suggests that an increased intake of blackberries may address obesity by increasing insulin sensitivity and helping the body burn fat more effectively. So, insulin is a hormone. So, blackberries are helping the hormone insulin to work more efficiently so that the body can burn fat the way that it should. All right. The next one, grapes. And this one, looking at the time, grapes. These are beautiful grapes. I'm leaving them on the stem because I realize it's easier for me to pick them off and put them in the juicer than to have them already picked off. It takes a little bit more time. Grapes and grape juice and wine, which I'm not a drinker of wine, and I think I said that in the other video. I don't drink wine because I'm a Christian. I don't drink wine because I don't like it. It's just that simple. It is nasty to me. Or it's a very unpleasant taste to my taste buds. It does nothing for me. It does not bring me pleasure. It doesn't do anything for me as a person. I don't like whatever the process is, that they've taken the natural sweetness and the beauty of it away from it. So that's why I don't drink wine. Again, I can't tell you what to do. That's not my responsibility. That's between you and God only. Possibly your doctor, but really, the things that you feed your body, you got to talk to God about it. Can I have this, Father? Is this good for me? And then he may say, do some research on it and see what it'll do to your liver. I don't know. I can't tell y'all what to do so far as what else you put in your body besides what I'm suggesting that you put in your body when you juice. These antioxidants, sometimes called flavonoids and polyphenols, can relax blood vessels and reduce inflammation. They also reduce the clotting function of platelets, the same as aspirin does. What? So when we go to our doctor, because when my husband went to have some tests done, and as soon as he finished having those tests, because he had to have a surgery a couple of years back, and as soon as he got to the checkout desk or the payment desk or the appointment desk or the receptionist, whatever desk you want to call it, they had a bottle of aspirin. I didn't say the brand, so therefore you can't come after me. They gave him a bottle of aspirin. Instead of saying, Mr. Douglas, on your way home, stop and get you a bunch of grapes. And can you eat those every day? A lot of people have a glass of wine before dinner or after dinner. So why can't you have a bunch of grapes before dinner or after dinner? It's going to do the same thing. So that's your prescription for those of you who are having problems with the blood flowing. Get you some dark grapes and eat those. All right. Grapes also contain many important vitamins, minerals, and including copper, vitamins B and K. They aid in heart health. We know that it's a high antioxidant fruit. It has anti-cancer effects, protects against diabetes and lowers blood sugar, helps your eyes, your eye health, helps improve memory, attention, and mood. Woo-wee! Girl, guys, children, oh my goodness. And we want to, again, here we are. Your child, some teachers will say, some administrators in the school system say, your child have behavior problems. We're going to put them on Ritalin. What about grapes? What about blackberries? What about pomegranates? What about blueberries? What about God? What about teaching your children the ways of God? What about, oh Lord, help me. What about those of us in the body of Christ? Let's start a campaign. Instead of us sitting at church, what about this summer? We go into neighborhoods. I think that's a good idea. I may just take this show on the road and go into neighborhoods and knock on doors and ask people, would y'all like to come out and juice with me? Come on out. Yeah, I think that will be our Friends on Fridays episode. I think I'll just close my shop on Fridays, work really hard during the week, and in the summer months or on Saturdays, go out. So that's going to be fun. So any of y'all that want to join me on Saturdays to go in the neighborhoods and juice, eat clean, teach the children not only about eating clean and the parents, but also about God. Mother Teresa did it in some of the worst areas in the slums of Calcutta. Why can't we? Why can't we start a campaign to helping parents understand that you don't have to put your children on these drugs and causing these side effects and making them addicts to a drug when they are older? I'm going to get off of that because we're already into 38 minutes here. But the grapes also support bone health. I'm excited, y'all. I'm feeling God this morning because I know that this is something that He asked me to do for Him. And whether or not I can hear of the effectiveness from you all, I still have to do it because I'm believing that the people that need it the most, those are the people that's going to get it, that's going to receive these videos and understand what I'm saying. The last thing that I have here, I believe, is pomegranates. And so this is what I'm going to do with the pomegranate. These are the pomegranate seeds. I'm going to bring them a little bit closer. Yum, yum. Full of antioxidants. But I have, and I'm going to move this out of the way before I tell y'all the benefits of the pomegranate, which is the same benefits as the others. I'm going to cut it open so that you can see. Now, even when you cut it open, and this one I've had in the refrigerator for about a week. But the longer they sit in the refrigerator, the easier they are to cut open. And I want y'all to see that, okay? I'm going to do something here as well. So look at the amount of juice from just me cutting it that came out. Look at that. So all of that juice. But look at this beautiful piece of fruit that God created. So this is what the pomegranate looks like inside. I know the first one that I cut open the other day, it was a cross inside. And it just blessed me because, you know, the Lord just reminded me, I'm here with you. Don't be afraid. And that's what he's saying to you. I'm here with you. Yes, yes, your body is in bad shape, but I'm here to help you to get it back where it's supposed to be. Don't cry. Don't cry today about where you are. You're going to make it, and your body is going to be back to where you need it to be. Don't cry. You're going to be okay. Love on yourself. This is a part of loving yourself. And that's why I'm doing this, because I didn't love myself before. I used food as a source of comfort for me, but I use bad foods. And that's how the devil does. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And his mission, and we think that he's coming obviously to us. No, he comes so subtle and sneaky. That's how he operates. He's like a thief that you didn't know was coming, but he came in and took our health from us, took our better quality of life from us. And God is saying, no more, no more. I'm serving notice on you. This is what I'm hearing God say to the enemy that fights us. So stop crying, wipe your tears. God loves you so much that he sent me and other people on the World Wide Web that are giving very good, very positive information. And he wants you to do your own research. Here we go, guys. So that's what the pomegranate looks like. Right? It's real. I'm going to bring it over here because it seems the lighting over here seems to be a little bit better. It has pigment on the inside, so you peel it and you fold it. You can cut it again in half and you'll be able to get to it better. I have a plastic bag over here that I had my the pomegranate that I had this morning. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there instead of that sitting out and it getting oxidated, where the oxygen is that's in the air. It's going to hit it and cause it to have stress. Isn't that something? All right, guys, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and then we're going to juice, okay? I'm excited. I am really excited today because this juice is so, so good. I'm going to tell y'all, when I was a little girl, I always refer back to my childhood, but when I was a little girl, my grandmother lived in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. And that was my dad's mom. My mom's mom lived in Newport News, so on Sundays I could go to my mom's house in Newport News and have fried chicken and homemade rolls. And she would always make her rolls and fold them so there was a crease in the middle, and she put a big glob of butter and cabbage. And so I knew that if I wanted some homemade rolls, I could have that. And you know what? Food was different back then. But anyway, with this, my granddaddy, when I would go to Carolina, Grandpa Priest, he would make blackberry wine. Now, this is my first experience with wine, so as I became an adult, I thought it tasted like my grandpa's wine. It did not. This juice right here, when I made it Sunday and I drank it, it brought that memory back. I love having the memory cells going because it brought back a happy time in my life because I was the only one home with him. And my granddad said, baby, we're going outside now. We got to stir that wine up. And so, you know, the leaves had fallen to the bottom. The better bouquet of the leaves is that the parts of the fruit, the skin of it, that's leaves. It's settled to the bottom of the barrel. So there was a clearer wine, even though it was thick like this juice. But he said, we got to go out and we got to get some of that and we got to transfer it from one to the other. And that's what God is doing for us. He's making us a new vessel with the same body. He's just doing some things on the inside. And by his power, we're going to be transformed into great, great vessels of honor for him. But my granddad used to make that juice and I'm excited. So I am going to stop talking. I am going to juice. And I thank y'all and I appreciate y'all so much for listening. because the episodes are getting a little bit longer because it's going on, according to the time, it's 10:02. And anyway, I'm going to keep it going because I want us to have all of the benefits of what it is to juice, what it is to take care of ourselves, and to love ourselves. Again, go to the description box. And if you don't have your juicer, there are other things that you can order from there. You can order your seaweed from there. You can order your Celtic salt from there. You can order your Brazil nuts from there. Um, and there's some other things up there too that I just don't remember right now. But go to the description box and be sure to order your juicer. Like I said, there are other juicers out there. This is just the one that I enjoy because it's quick, it's easy, easy cleanup, and I like the benefits that I get from it. Eventually, I'll order a commercial juicer because that's when God will transition me into doing something else with juicing. That will come in days to come. Don't forget also that we will be in Newport News at Pastor Lassiter's church on February 10th at 7 o'clock doing an eating clean session. So we'll be there for about an hour, hour and a half. I don't know. And I will get the address for you all because I keep forgetting to have that information. So I promise you I'll have it for you on tomorrow's session. So I'm going to do the grapes first, and the reason being is because they take the longest. I would sing to y'all while I'm juicing, but I don't think y'all want to hear me sing. One day, we're going to do a live session, and that way, while I'm juicing, I can get feedback from you all. Oops, I forgot I need to put these in while the juice is turned off so they won't pop up like popcorn. So, as the young people say, I don't even know if they still say that. My bad. I love the slang language. I remember when I was in school when that word "you a trip" came out. Y'all remember that? I don't know if, well, I was in high school in the 70s, so I remember, man, we wore that out. She a trip, you a trip, they a trip. And then my husband and I had this conversation about the word y'all, Y-A apostrophe LL, y'all. And is that a real word? And so he was in the garage last night, and I am in here, sitting right here at the counter, and thinking about what I was gonna, was I gonna do this episode last night, or was I gonna just wait till the daylight? I'm at my best self at night. I am a morning person, and so he had me in here. So we were doing a word search on the word y'all. The first time that word was used was in 1802, but the word is derived from Scott Irish, and the Brits started using it, and it's in the only dictionary that y'all was in at the time was the Macmillan dictionary that was from Britain. And so it is a word, y'all. But the Scott Irish would say y'all, y'all, Y-E-O-W, y'all. So I thought it's kind of neat. One day I'll travel to other countries. Like one of my clients suggested that I do, that I travel with her because they're going to Japan to see how other cultures live. I think that's an exciting thing because I've heard that in other countries they eat a little bit more healthier than the Americans. And so I am African American and a little bit of Cherokee Indian hanging around in there. But whatever my descent is, nationality or whatever, I am an American. That's how I look at myself. I don't categorize myself with all those other ways that people want to identify us. I'm an American. I was born in America. My mom was born in America. My grandparents were born in America. Their grandparents, their parents were born in America. Maybe my great 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 grandparents weren't born in America. So therefore, I am American. I know. How did I get over there? I don't know. Probably from the word y'all. So, y'all. So, y'all enjoy your antioxidant juice. And I'm sure some of y'all are like, wow, this is a long episode. It is. All of them are. But we need the information. I know I do. And I love learning. And when I was diagnosed with cancer, instead of me watching movies, which I loved, I would sit for days and hours. When I got home from work, I wouldn't watch love stories like I love. Um, I would watch Barbara O'Neill, Misty Mountain Retreat. I keep telling y'all about her because God used her to save my life. Yeah, He did. There are a lot of good things on YouTube, but you have to sit there and ask God, what do you want me to watch? What is it that's beneficial for me, especially when it comes to your health? Some people love Dr. Sabi. I I wasn't able, how I think, I wasn't able to follow him, but I think that that man gave a lot of good information. And another thing that I found too, a lot of people, when they tell people how to naturally take care of themselves, the pharmaceutical companies figure out a way to get rid of them. But it's so many people out there now that they're losing their power. And I'm excited about what God is doing. So we're going to do these grapes, y'all. Yay, that looks delicious. So I'm going to turn it off, and I am going to put I think I'm going to put the pomegranates in next. Little kids, when you do this with your parents, make sure that they are there with you to help you so that you won't get the seeds and everything, that you'll be able to get them all in. And some of you could make a funnel, with a piece of paper. That would be fun for kids. You learn how to make your own funnel, and then you pour the fruit in the funnel, and then it just goes into the hopper here, right? I like I like learning. My mom told me I should have been a teacher because when my son was a young boy, um, he learned to talk. My oldest son, George, who was on Friends on Friday the last time, he was talking at 9 months, but it was because I was around people. There's a great. I was around people whose children, even at 2 years old, couldn't tell them what was going on, and I thought, that don't seem right. That your child can't talk and tell you what he wants. And it was a simple thing with some bananas on a refrigerator, and the child was just making a noise. So with my son, I was like, I need him to talk to me so that I can understand what he wants. And so I read to him every day, every day. I told y'all I read Samuel to him every day, but I read other stories to him, ABCs and, children's books. And so then when it was time to talk, I if he's pointed, then I would tell him the word until he could say it. So he was talking at 9 months, and it's just time that we take with our kids, right? It's not anything so super special about our children. We make them super special. Y'all know that I heard while I was saying that, but some children have learning disabilities. Only if we claim that disability, if we keep telling them, oh, they have a learning disability, then we don't have to help them, right? Because they have a learning disability. Then we become lazy parents, and our children are destroyed for lack of knowledge. How is it that people who are blind, that are born blind, they get to go to school and learn Braille? Would that mean because they're blind that they have a learning disability? Or does it mean that their parents are too lazy to work with the disability and strengthen it? One day I'm gonna tell y'all the story about that I heard Zig Ziglar tell about the little boy who was born with this disease, and maybe I'll tell y'all about that right quick. But the little boy's name, I guess, well, I don't have to tell his name, but anyway, he was born with some type of bone disease, and he couldn't walk. And so his parents took him around the world to many, many Well, in their city, took him to many doctors, specialists. Couldn't get any help for the little boy. And so they heard about a doctor in Chicago, wherever they were living, and this particular doctor told them this. Now, this is what he has, but he can be free of this, but it's going to be hard. That's why a lot of times we shy away from things, because it becomes too hard. It takes too much time. I don't feel like doing it. Like we have something else to do. So, hold on. This little boy, parents, the little boy had to wear leg braces every night to strengthen the muscles and bones in his leg, right? And they told, this is the main thing that they told the parents, do not put him around other children with the same disease, because he will begin to mimic their behavior, and we don't want that. Isn't it something how God will teach us a lesson? He doesn't want us to be around people of the world when we come to him, because we will continue to act like the world. So anyway, long story short, because the parents did exactly what the doctor said, that little boy was healed. I'm sure he's probably in his 70s or 80s right now. But he lived. They said that he would never have a normal life. But he did. And he would get up. And he didn't want his parents to tighten the screws on those leg braces. But they told him, it's for your good. And eventually, he walked. He went to college. He lived a normal life, all because his parents did not accept what somebody else had said was, well, your child will never be normal ever again because he was born with a disability. Sometimes it's up to us to hear the report and then tell ourselves, whose report will we believe? Look at that. So that's our antioxidant juice. I'm going to take a little sip and tell y'all what it tastes like, because again, we don't have taste TV or smell TV. So you'll look at my reaction, and I won't be dramatic. I'll just be truthful with what it tastes like, because I don't want to drink a lot because I have to go to work today. So here we go. Look. Woo. That is so, so good. Mm. Mm-hmm. So for those of you who like wine, I guess this would be your wine. But I'm telling you, y'all, every time I drink the juice in the morning, I can feel it going down, and you can see it starting to settle. See that? There's a separation. You have the froth there, and then you have a separation. But if I came to the camera a little bit closer, you can see it starting to settle. And that's what wine does. It's called lees. That all settles to the bottom, and then they separate it when they make wine. How do I know that? Because I did research on wine one time, because it talks about that. But I'm going to stir that up a little bit. I'm going to put my paper towel here so that if I spill some. But I've already prepared my caps for my guests when they come, my grandson when he comes. And we are making popsicles with this, right? I'm going to keep stirring it. And I have 2 of these containers. You know, sometimes you go in the store and they have the dollar area, you know, where they mark stuff down. And so I'll pick up stuff because my grandson comes here spring break and summer and Christmas. And when we moved, he said, Grandma, when you move, I'm going to stay at your house. So now I put what I did on my tops. I prepped these. Isn't that cute? But I prepped these and I put coconut oil around the rim so that when I put them in the freezer, it'll be easy to take them out. So there we are. So I've just made antioxidant pops for my family. So guys, have a great day. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. And I hope you enjoyed this session on antioxidants, what they do to the body, and how nutritious they are, and how that this particular juice, not only does it go in and bring health to the cells, but it actually removes and scours those arteries so that cholesterol can be cleared up and that oxidative stress that's causing problems with your heart, causing that blood not to flow through the lungs into the rest of the cells in the body. That's why it's important as soon as you come out of any building and you take off your mask, just take a deep breath in and out so that your lungs can get all of that carbon monoxide that's been built up, that's been hiding behind the mask. Make sure you breathe in and out that fresh air. I love you guys. Have a great day. Love yourself and pray for somebody today.